and actually do something. Let me get this straight right off the bat. This is not one of the worst Fallout games, as a lot of people say. It has to be the most not that content filled Fallout game, but it's not the worst. Like, it actually has some shit. It has new creatures. The characters are really interesting. We're going to go into those for a minute. It's just my brief saying. I think that's fucking retarded. So, don't expect this review to be a hate-filled rant. Like, I'll actually say good things about the game. So, let's go over the story first, shall we? But while we're on the subject of this intro is pretty fucking dope. But the whole story of this game is you just got out of the vault. It's a regular Fallout thing, but you're like the first person to come out of the vault. You know, it's like a prequels of the prequels. You came out before Fallout 4 and all this, you know. But the overseer has a bunch of journals laid around. There's a camp literally right in front of you near Flatwoods where you can begin your first mission for the overseer's mission. It's really cool if you like collectathons, you know. If you go around certain areas, she'll give her like 2 cents on the place. I don't have footage of this. I thought I did, sadly. But there's like an army military place and a whole bunch of Sergeant Gusties and shit. You had to be in like military flannels and all this, you know. Flannels. You know? But you had her, she was like having fun and everything. If you go to the Grafton mayor, she'll give her 2 cents on her. On him, I met. Rosie, same thing. Yeah, she'll give her 2 cents on everything, you know, give it a little rap, and it's kind of interesting. And Overseer has some personality to her that I really like, so it makes her more than just a two-sided character that's just falls down fucking flat like other characters in this game. Possibly one of the best characters in this game. But we're not here to talk about characters, we're here to talk about story. But there is more interesting stories out there like the Grafton Mayor and Rosie. I'm not going to spoil anything yet, but they're pretty interesting characters that I really like. Rosie has a lot of story behind her, and the Grafton Mayor is just fucking there, and it's really funny. He's a pretty decent written character. You'll find their radio stations to their place. You know, they follow the same formula. Like Rosie, if you help her, she gets her own radio station. And Grafton Mayor already has his own radio station. That's literally how you fucking find him. But those characters are pretty interesting. The stories of the cryptids are pretty interesting. Like, everyone fucking knows this, but Mothman is like some, like, entity or some shit. It's very interesting. That if you go to the Mothman Museum, you'll find a whole bunch of cultist shit. And it's very awesome. I really like that. Gives it more personality to a really dull down cryptid. You know? So that's my 2 cents on the story. Let's move on to the characters, shall we? Actually, fam, there is no characters. Get fucking pranked. Everyone's fucking dead. There is still alive characters, though. Counting AI. There is a lot of characters, like I said, Grafton Mayor and Rosie, but I don't want to get too in-depth with them. In this characters, I want to get more in-depth with the enemies. Like, for example, the Scorched, that the whole story, what I'm getting so far from my experiences, they're a virus that's infecting people, and yeah, it's kind of like a zombie outbreak, you know. It's like legit zombies, not feral ghouls. There's a lot of characters and some of the blandest enemies, like the Scorched Beast, that are cracking out of the ground and everything, you know. They come up and kill people and eat. There's agitated Scorched Beasts and just Scorched Beasts. I'll get in that later. but there's a lot of character and not that much character-filled characters. Like some fucking like Codsworth or Mr. Handy you'll find on the next to the street. Like there's a lot of character in this fucking game. Like I remember I seen like a Mr. Handy. He thought he was gonna explode and I needed to repair him or he was going to die and explode apparently. He never exploded. So yeah. There was Prize Bot. That's an also really interesting one. He'll chase you down to give you like an old pre-war prize, kind of that joke. And he's like, "You're in debt" or some shit, Um, but I said in this section I'm going to cover more of the enemies. So the Super Mutants are pretty interesting. They have really good conversations, but it's like default Super Mutants. Um, Snallygasters are pretty interesting. The whole story behind them is pretty awesome. Like, I'm not gonna go over the cryptids because everyone went over the fucking cryptids, so I'm keeping it fucking hipster right now. So, there's really not that many characters to go over, you know? There was, like, a cave I found, and there's an alpha deathclaw and everything, so that's something. But it has some character, but besides that, the game feels really fucking lonely. The look of the game is literally just Fallout 4. We're done. Hey! I know the game looks like Fallout 4, but it looks better, okay? It looks fucking better. You know? The lighting's pretty damn good. Like, I don't look like a plastic fucking toy. And I think that's a fucking Lego. So, yeah. It's fucking snowing outside. It's fucking snowing. It's goddamn snowing. What the fuck? In conclusion, this is a pretty good game. Like I said at the beginning, it's not the worst Fallout, but it's not the best Fallout. It is possibly one of the more enjoyable Fallouts, but one of the main features in this game that makes it really good is possibly the friends. You can hang out with your friends. I had the most rage-induced time by myself until I played with friends, and it was so much fun, and we made a base together and all this shit. Like, I see all these people yelling about, like, we want a single-player game, but then then those are the same people who are yelling about the multiplayer being lonely enough, like, being lonely. It's like, you wanted a single-player game, you wanted to play by yourself, but now you're complaining that it's too lonely to be single player. You make no fucking sense. It gets me really confused. It comes off really dumb. There's some cool features in the game too, like the photo mode that you're seeing right now. It's very interesting. It's not a bad photo mode. I've seen worse and I've seen better. It's not one of the best, it's not one of the best, but it's good. It's good enough to be in this game. So, is this game worth your $60? Fuck no. It's really not. I pre-ordered it, so I did not know jack shit. So I really like this game. I gave it a shot. If you want to spend 60 fucking bucks, goddamn, or just wait a year until it's on fucking discount, that's pretty good. So, hope you guys like this shitty ass video. If I take a break after this video, it's mostly because I'm just exhausted from YouTube. So, yeah, have a good day. This is a pretty good review. I'm going to show you some photos I got from my journeys. Okay? See ya.